You think you're just surviving, but let me tell you something you don't realize yet. You already have a stronger mindset than most people will ever develop. And today, you're going to finally see the signs. There's something quietly powerful about you, something you don't give yourself nearly enough credit for. You've been through things that would have broken someone with a weaker mind. You've carried weights no one knows about. You've rebuilt yourself more times than you can count. And yet, here you are, still learning, still growing, still showing up. That is not weakness. That is not luck. That is not just coping. That is mental strength, real, earned, lived mental strength. But strong-minded people rarely recognize themselves because their strength was forged in silence, not applause. So let me show you something today. There are signs, clear, undeniable signs, that reveal when someone has a powerful mindset. Not the loud kind, not the ego-driven kind, not the fake positivity kind, but the kind built from resilience, self-awareness, and emotional maturity. And if you're here, listening to this, I can promise you already have more of these signs than you realize. Let's begin. These are the 7 signs you have a strong mindset, even if you don't see it yet. 1. You don't react, you respond. A strong mindset isn't loud, it isn't dramatic, it isn't emotional chaos. It's the ability to pause, even for 2 seconds, and choose your next move instead of being controlled by the moment. Most people react instantly. They get triggered, they explode, they defend, they spiral. But you breathe first. You think, you consider the consequences. You choose calm over chaos. Not because you're weak, but because you've learned that impulsive reactions cost you your peace. This isn't about being emotionless. This is about being emotionally intelligent. Your pause is power. Your silence is strategy. Your composure is a sign of growth. When someone can't drag you into their storm anymore, that's when you know your mind has become strong. 2. You're comfortable being alone. Most people fear their own company. Silence makes them uneasy. Stillness exposes everything they've been avoiding. So they cling to noise, distractions, and people who drain them because being alone forces them to face themselves. But you've learned to sit with your own thoughts. You've learned that solitude isn't loneliness, it's clarity. You don't need constant attention. You don't chase company out of fear. You don't fill your time with people who drain your spirit just to avoid being by yourself. Because you understand this truth. Your peace is worth more than someone's presence. When you're comfortable alone, you stop settling for toxic relationships. You stop tolerating half-love. You stop allowing people to treat you like an option. And you rise into a version of yourself that doesn't rely on anyone else to feel whole. The people who fear solitude stay trapped in cycles. But the people who embrace it, they evolve. Choosing yourself is not loneliness, it's strength. 3. You don't take everything personally. This is one of the clearest signs of a strong mind, and one of the rarest. Most people believe every mood, every tone, every comment, every silence is somehow about them. But you've grown past that. You've learned that people act from their own wounds, their own fears, their own triggers, their own past. Not because of who you are, but because of what they haven't healed. When someone pulls away, you don't chase. When someone speaks with attitude, you don't absorb it. When someone projects their pain onto you, you recognize it's not your weight to carry. Because here's what your strong mindset knows. People don't hurt you because you're not enough. They hurt you because they're not healed. This understanding is emotional freedom. It stops you from drowning in other people's storms. It protects your peace. It transforms relationships. It removes unnecessary suffering. When you stop taking everything personally, you stop giving your power away. And that is a sign of someone who has done the inner work. Someone who has built a mind that sees the truth beneath the surface. 4. You set boundaries without guilt. A weak mindset says, I don't want to upset anyone. A strong mindset says, I'm allowed to protect my peace. And that's exactly what you've learned to do. You no longer apologize for saying no. You no longer explain yourself to people who never respected your yes. You no longer stretch yourself thin just to keep everyone else comfortable. Because you finally understand. A boundary isn't rejection, it's self-respect. You've stopped letting people treat you however they want, just because you love them. You've stopped accepting behavior that drains your spirit. You've stopped feeling guilty for choosing yourself. This didn't come from coldness. It came from wisdom, from experience, from heartbreak that taught you the cost of being too open with the wrong people. And now, you put limits on access. You protect your energy. You decide who gets close. You honor your emotional space like it's something sacred, because it is. Most people feel guilty for setting boundaries. But the strong-minded realize, if someone gets angry because you protected your peace, they were the reason you needed the boundary in the first place. 5. You adapt instead of breaking. Life has thrown things at you that would have shattered someone else. Sudden changes, unexpected losses, plans falling apart, people you trusted walking away. But here's the truth you never give yourself credit for. You bend, but you don't break. You adjust, you rethink. You rebuild. You find a way forward even when the path disappears beneath your feet. This isn't about being emotionless. It's not about pretending things don't hurt. It's about knowing that pain doesn't get to decide your future. When life shifts, you shift with it. When something falls apart, you look for the piece worth saving. When you're faced with uncertainty, you don't collapse. You calibrate. That is resilience. That is mental flexibility. That is strength in motion. And here's what makes your adaptability so rare. You don't see change as punishment. You see it as direction. You see it as redirection. You trust that if something wasn't meant to stay, something better is meant to come. Most people stay stuck because they fear change. But you evolve with it. And that's why you continue to rise, even in seasons where you could have easily fallen. 6. You don't need everyone to like you. This is one of the strongest, clearest signs of inner power, and one of the hardest to master. Most people shapeshift to be accepted. They change their tone, they hide their truth. They shrink their boundaries, they swallow their voice, all to avoid upsetting anyone. But you've grown past that. You've realized that being liked is not the goal. Being authentic is. You no longer twist yourself to fit places you've outgrown. You no longer beg for approval from people who don't even respect themselves. You no longer feel the need to defend your worth to those who refuse to see it. You understand something most people never learn. Not being liked by everyone is the price of being fully yourself. And you're willing to pay it. You don't fear losing people. You fear losing yourself while trying to keep them. You don't chase acceptance. You attract alignment. And here's the quiet truth. The moment you stop needing to be liked, you become someone people respect. You walk differently. You speak differently. You choose differently, not to impress, but to honor who you truly are. That's a strong mind. That's a free mind. That's your mind. 7. You keep going even when no one is watching. This is the foundation of a strong mindset, the sign that separates those who dream from those who become. Most people only try when they feel motivated. They only show up when they're being praised. They only stay consistent when someone is cheering for them. But you've learned to move quietly, privately, steadily. You keep healing even when no one applauds your progress. You keep working even when no one sees the effort. You keep growing even when no one acknowledges the change. You don't need external validation to continue, because your growth is no longer a performance. It's a commitment, and that is one of the most powerful strengths a person can possess. Because here's the truth. Anyone can act strong when life is easy. But real strength shows up in the dark, when no one is clapping, no one is watching, and you choose to rise anyway. That's what you've been doing, quietly, consistently, bravely. You don't rely on motivation. You rely on discipline, self-respect, and intention. And this alone puts you miles ahead of who you used to be and ahead of most people who never learned to build that inner fire. Your strength isn't loud. It isn't showy. It isn't for display. It's real. It's lived. It's earned. And the world will feel it, even if they don't see how much it took to get here. Here's the truth you need to hear. Not tomorrow, not someday, but right now. You have a stronger mindset than you realize. Not because life has been easy, but because you kept going when it wasn't. Not because you were fearless, but because you moved forward even when you were shaking. Not because you had support, but because you learned to support yourself when no one else did. The strength you carry wasn't given to you. It was forged through every challenge you survived, every boundary you built, every heartbreak you healed from, every moment you refused to break. And while other people are still hiding from themselves, you're doing the work. The real work, the inner work. The uncomfortable work that transforms you from the inside out. A strong mindset doesn't mean you never fall. It means you refuse to stay down. It means you see the truth, you face yourself, you grow anyway. So if you're listening to this right now, this is your reminder. You are powerful. You are capable. You are resilient. You are becoming someone extraordinary. even if you can't see it yet. Your journey isn't about being perfect. It's about being willing, being brave, being committed to your own becoming. And trust me, the future favors the strong-minded, the grounded, the self-aware, the ones who rise quietly and consistently. You're already becoming that person. You've already proven it. Now it's time to trust it. If this video helped you in any way, please let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe as it helps the algorithm push this video out to people who need it. And as always, this has been Valkyrie. Thanks for stopping by. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others.